lot of people do it.
Right? And your studio is kind of remote, isn't it? Out in the country?
It's not, in Israel, there is nothing remote.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
so close, it's so small, so, but it's in the countryside, it's nice. It's between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, halfway.
Were you able to get a lot of work done of your own?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think everybody's been like that, but I think I've just started running classes again. I had an in-person class last week, and I have one starting tomorrow. And they're not big because we still have people that are a little afraid to travel. But I think everybody's getting ready.
Yeah, yeah.
Think
Here in
everybody-
Israel, it's like everyone starts to be very optimistic. From today, we don't need to wear masks anymore in open spaces. Like you don't need. So it will come. It will grow, I think.
Did they do a good job with the vaccines there?
Yes, yes, yes. Everything is open. Everything starts to come back, and no need for masks.
Well, that's a good thing. Well, we have 80 people already. I think there were 150 people who signed up on Eventbrite and about 80 people or 90 who signed up on my website. And then there were people who have been participants of other coffees that have the link and they just sign in. And then, so there's a lot. Everybody wants to see you.
Where are you? You are at home?
I'm at home. I'm at home. I've got to go to the studio this afternoon to get ready for Gaselli coming.
Hi, Irit.
Hi. Ludmila.
Oh, Monica!
Oh,
Hello, everyone. I missed you.
Yeah, everyone is here. Monica.
Hi, Dorothy. Yeah, everybody. You're going to see everybody here. Probably everybody
Yeah.
taken your classes before, waiting to see what's happening.
Waiting to see.
Waiting to see, waiting to see.
So, Ludmila, have you got your baby with you today?
Yeah, but it's with the sister and the father. So I will take a coffee with you.
Please.
We did it with all.
If you don't know Ludmila, Ludmila is my assistant, and she's coming with me to many places. She's the best assistant. And our last trip was to Australia. And also Monica was with us, and Suzanne. And so all of them know Ludmila. Yeah. And it's very fun to be with Ludmila. And we just have a baby just in a week ago.
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago, she had a baby, a newborn.
Wow. And it
Surprise.
helps.
Congratulations.
It really helps to have a good assistant.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have Irit.
I'm by myself in the studio right now, and I'll tell you what, I'm cleaning up after the workshop from last week. I was exhausted yesterday. Now I have to go back in today and finish up to get ready for tomorrow. And it's a lot of preparation and getting things ready.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I guess we can get started and we'll keep admitting people as they come in. Good morning, everybody, and thanks for joining us. We're live from Israel this morning with Irit. We'll have a lot of people who's going to keep coming in. If you have any questions, you can enter them in the chat area and we'll come back in and get them. I'll watch. It might be hard for me to see if you have a raised hand. At the end, I'll open it up live and we'll let you just kind of shout it out.
The chat is disabled now, just so you.
It is.
Yes.
It shouldn't be. I'm showing all these people in chat. I don't know why it would be disabled.
Oh, Eugenia.
It's just the chat that's disabled.
Oh, okay. All right, well then we'll have to, if you have a question, you will have to ask out loud. So we'll get started and we'll ask Irit to tell us a little bit about your creative journey and how you got to becoming an eco printer superstar.
I don't know, actually. It just happened like this. But like I was a graphic designer in my studies. And then I have my kids and family. So I quit everything for a few years. I was only a mother. And while I was with my kids at home, I started to walk, and I was a felter for many years. I did felt. And then later I went to a workshop in Italy with Claudia Youngstra. You know who is Claudia Youngstra? She's like the most famous felter in the world. So I took a workshop with her, and part of the workshop was natural dyes. Just not very professional, just kind of introduction. So when I came back home, I find myself dying and not felting. So this was the beginning. And then I found out about India Flint, and of course I went. It was like very in the beginning of it was like very small group of people who practice botanical print, and I start to practice, and the rest is history. I don't know. Like
The rest is history.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you've done a lot during COVID. Just a little bit about what you've been doing during COVID in Israel.
Actually, I made the video class, and this was already in my mind for 2 years before the COVID. I was writing the script, and we even photo shoot 2 years before, like 2 days, and we only learn what not to do. But I was all the time in this, and then when the COVID came, it was like, okay, it's need to be now, because I could go on and doubt myself and not be sure if this is good or this is not good. So the COVID came and we said we are doing it now. And I decided to make not what I meant in the beginning, but a different technique, which is like a more specific technique, the monochromatic technique. And now we are doing the course that I intend to do all the time. It's a very big one. So I make all the samples, and we decided to get into the smallest resolution that we can do, like to show what to do and to show what not to do. Like to show everything, every little detail. So it's taken a lot of work to write the script in the beginning, then to make all the necessary samples, then to photo shoot, to film this. It took us 20 days to film and Idan is editing it, and I'm writing it on the edit, and it's a creation, but by itself. I really enjoy to make it. It's really nice because it's a creation. This is how I feel about these classes. They are creation. They are coming to also to teach, of course, but also to inspire. And so this is what we are doing during this COVID, since COVID.
I think the video, I saw the first video, it was excellent. I think your husband did a great job putting it together and editing. I wish I had a producer that could do this for me. I know you're working on a new one, and if you can at some point, if you'd like to share the promo for it, we'd love to see that.
Yes, I have something very short. We didn't have time to prepare a long one, but just to give you a...
So how do you keep yourself motivated during all of this? I know you've been busy doing the videos, but did you find yourself going into a little bit of a creative slump when the first COVID first started?
It's for me, it's all connected because I needed to, you know, you need to be creative. You need to create a lot of work to make this video. I don't have a lot of opportunities in Israel to make shows or galleries that present. It's not like the US or Australia. We are very, very small, and most of the galleries are like fine art galleries. So my creativity go into these kind of channels. So if I need to make pieces, so Idan will film it, and it will be a very inspiring. So this is the way I find my channel to create.
Do you have any other things that you do, creative channels besides printing?
Yes, I'm working on my sewing machine. Like a piano.
You're working on your sewing machine. Are you making things out of your prints?
Yeah, yes. I'm making I'm working with the sewing machine really like a piano. It's like I'm not a sewer. I don't know a pattern making, but I'm just make.
You make.
Yeah.
And so when you get started, before you start printing,
Sorry?
When you start your printing projects, is it a surprise to you when you open it up every time? Do you still get that surprise, or are you pretty sure about how your pieces are going to come out?
It surprised me.
Yeah,
It still surprised me. I can't say I have 100% control. Always there is some surprises coming. You can't control it.
you can't control it, no matter.
No, but you can get any. You can have idea what to expect, but then surprises always coming.
So if you were going to talk, I know you probably have missed seeing all the students. If you had the most valuable tip you could give to printers who are just getting started, what would be the one tip you could give them?
Work small. Make samples. Learn the material. Learn what you are dealing with. Before want to make big pieces, before want to make garments. This is something also I'm trying all the time in my classes to convince my student, just wait a little bit before you fantasize about a dress or big pieces. You have to learn what you are dealing with. And then it's guarantee your results much more. Like,
Yeah, I think a lot of times in classes, you know, people want to come and make something. They want to take something home. So when you try to get them to just make samples, they're like, what? Just make samples, you know? I want to make something. I want to make scarves. I want to take pieces home that I can sell in my booth. And they don't realize that you need to just make samples and compare and compare. How many samples do you think you make in the run of a week? Probably a lot. You probably just make samples and samples of the same thing with different.
I'm making, I have in this new video course, I'm going to present my library. I have a huge library of plants, of the prints of plants from all over the world. So I usually start like this. I'm not trying to be creative. I'm trying the plants. So I know what to expect from them. Sometimes I try them more than one, or from different places or from different seasons to understand them more. And I collect them, and I have, it's a huge library of, and I love it. All these little pieces with, I just love it. And many of my students know part of it because I'm taking it with me to the class.
It's beautiful, the library. We love it.
Do you have a typical day? Do you go to your studio every day?
Depend on the period. Sometimes yes, sometimes less. It's depend.
What about favorite dyes to work with?
Favorite dye?
Dyes, yeah.
Yeah, Mother is my dye. Yeah, always. It's my favorite dye.
If you were talking, if somebody was just getting started, what dye would you tell them to start out with? I know in your classes, we typically just used weld and madder and logwood. There were other ones too. What,
Well is
Botanical.
my,
chestnut?
no, weld is my second favorite
Yeah.
dye, and it's not so challenging like Mother. So to start with this,
So why do you think most people have the biggest problem with madder? You get beautiful reds in it. And I know if you get it too hot, it'll turn brown. But
yeah, you need
I think the
to
biggest challenge
know
is,
what to do, and you need to use good quality, and you need to use enough dye to get a nice red color.
so where do you get your inspiration?
I think from the material themselves, like the shape of the leaves. They can take me to Japan, or they can take me to South America in spirit, and then I try to see what they are saying and try to design in this spirit.
I know that when you were traveling all over and going all over the world, everybody has different leaves in their area. And I guess sometimes some areas more of a challenge to find leaves that will print compared to others.
No, it's like every place have its own special plants, but they are you can divide them to groups. So if you have a tannin leaves that are rich in tannin, you will find them in Israel or Australia, and you can find other leaves, not the same one, but other leaves that are tannin rich in Europe or North America. But you know how to work with them because they are tannin rich leaves. Or same with acids. So you have different, but you can recognize what the organic substances in them. And this is not like a huge options, like the leaves and the plant are there is so many, but the organic substances are more or less the same. And there is no many that will give you this effect or this effect, and you can just put these leaves into groups, and doesn't matter where you are, you will manage with them.
That's a good thing, because people always ask me, what kind of leaves do you have in Florida? And we have this in North Carolina, and so, I mean, different areas of the United States even have different leaves everywhere. So it makes it, sometimes people bring leaves with them and then they want to print with what they have, but I think it's a good idea to print with where you are, so you can make a history of what you're doing in each individual area. So maybe kind of give us an idea of your new video, what you have going, and what type of things that video is going to cover in.
So the next class it's really a big class, and I'm going to cover the way I make mordant. When I already teach it in the previous video class, but right now I will give 3 different concentrations of mordant, so it will give 3 different results. And I will present my library, plant library, and divide the plants to different groups. So it's very easy to analyze the plants according to these groups. And I will cover different tannins and the colors from different tannins and how to extract tannin from plants that you can gather around and how to work with the extract. And 4 different bundles with a background, without a background. I can show a little video from the new class.
That would be great.
Yes, it's very short. It done just did it this morning for now. And then I can show you some samples of prints that the class will, if this is what you will achieve in this class. So I will put the video.
Okay.
No, now it's okay. Okay, it was short. Sorry, but it takes so much time, and this is what
When will that class be open for registration?
Sorry?
When will that class be open for registration?
I hope next month. Because it's so much work and we don't want to do it before we really can commit of the launching day. So until we don't very sure that we can launch, we will not yes.
That's good.
Because every month I'm saying next month, but it's a huge project. So
just the editing part. I mean, once you do something, just getting all the editing done must take forever to get it to flow so nicely. I did do your video, and I really thought it was well done. I myself was very afraid to move into video. You know, where you remember, I laugh all the time because remember when we talked about doing the Zoom, when you came to my studio last, and it was all new and we didn't know anything about it, and now everybody's just doing video on everything, and it's just evolved into something really different.
Excuse me, Suzanne.
Yes.
Did anybody see the Irit's video? Mine never came up. All we saw was MP3 and that's it. We didn't see any video at all.
No.
No, we couldn't.
I don't know if it opened completely.
Yes, we couldn't.
I will put it again. I will try.
The music plays.
Maybe it's coming up on a different screen.
Irit, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I think you need to be looking at the video and then do a share screen. Once you
I
have,
do a share screen.
once the video has started, are you hitting share screen? Are you hitting share screen and then starting the video?
Yes, yes, I'm doing share screen.
I don't know then. Sorry.
It's here, my husband is texting me about, he also watching us, so he said that something is not.
Uh-huh. Now it's working.
There you go.
No, this is the,
Samples.
They're beautiful.
can you see the pictures?
Yeah,
Just one.
Just, my done. רגע, אני עושה share screen, ואז מה זה החלון שמראה לי? אז אני לא יודעת מה זה. לא, אני לא רואה דסקטופ. לא. יש לי פיינדר? אוקיי, אז אני רואה את התמונות.
Huh? I think it's super. So you know there is a border at the top. Uh-huh. Yeah.
הנה, עכשיו רואים? Did you see it now?
No.
No? So I'm sorry, I don't know. I will upload it to my Instagram or so. Idan is trying to help me, but
I just
I don't know
admitted
what I'm
him.
doing wrong.
I just admitted him to the thing, so maybe he can share also. See, it's good to
את
have
שומעת אותי?
a person.
כן, אני שומעת.
אני לא יכול לראות את זה, כאילו לא יכול לראות מה את עושה, אבל אני אומר לך שוב, בפיינדר, צריך להיות לך שם בחלון, יש לך שם תיקייה אחת עם התמונות, והשנייה עם הסרט. כשאת עושה דאבל קליק, זה לא רץ?
יש לי VLC, מדיה פלייר.
כן, ה-VLC.
אוקיי. ואז מה?
אתה תלכי לאופן ב-VLC.
אופן?
כן. אופן פייל.
כן.
תלכי לדסקטופ.
כן.
את רואה את התיקייה שיש שם, את התיקייה שהכנתי לך עם הזום מיטינג?
כן.
יש שם את הסרט?
פרומו אחד, ניו?
כן, תלחצי עליו דאבל קליק.
אוקיי.
לא יודע למה הוא לא מראה את זה. טוב. לא ברור.
Okay, I'm sorry. I But I can show you. Let's see if now you see my screen.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least I can show you some stills of what could be achieved in
I
this.
think you could play it now. I think you could press the play. I think it will work now because
Yeah,
it's
this is a slideshow. It's not the video.
right. But it, okay.
No. Ah, yeah. It's
Beautiful, beautiful, Irit.
Beautiful.
so as you see, you can achieve prints on the natural background of the fabric and the color background, and
Beautiful.
Suzanne,
Yes.
Irit, are you working on cellulose or protein as well?
I'm working also on protein. Here you can see also some silk.
Yeah.
I prefer cellulose. I like more. I don't like the luxury of the silk, but I don't have, like, I work sometimes with silk, and wool is another story for me. Totally different story, and I like to work with wool.
Yeah.
Silk is the I don't like silk so much.
Why?
Because it's too fancy. It's very luxury. It's
Yeah.
I like more the style that will be more simple, more casual, more. And I like pea silk a lot. There is a beautiful pea silk that it's silk, but it doesn't look so
silky,
shiny, and so pea silk I like.
What is that? How do you spell that?
Peace, like
Pea
peace.
silk. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. All the silk that are not from mulberry silk worms, but different worms, and like Khadi silk, it's beautiful. I think I have here. Why I can't. No,
That looks like is that a silk, that piece right there?
No, this is not. This is for example, it's knitted noil silk. This one, and this is the upper. It's muga silk.
When you have a colored background, do you color is the background done first or at the same time as?
No, it's the same time. It's made in the same time. So when I use natural dyes, I color them first. But when I print and create a background, it's made in the first time. Who is not muted?
I think Dan. I think it's Dan.
The piece you have showing right now, the background is very, very clear on that.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know if you see all the. Maybe I will just.
Oh, beautiful.
What
And
is that?
you can see here the background is really clean and white and not.
Yeah, that's what we did yesterday. We just kind of messed with it.
Irit?
Yes.
Yes, this is Annette. Hello. I noticed you mentioned that the background is very clean and or white. So this is a different method than you taught us in France. Yes.
Yes. Yes. In this class, in this coming video class, I will teach what I taught in France, and additional with the white background. Like these two, all the theory that coming in front are good for these two different techniques. So that's why I decided to make it in one class and not to divide it to two different classes.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm there. I'll be there.
And this is and also I'm giving three different modern recipes, and I also teach which kind of leaves will be good for each kind of the recipe. Yes, you can achieve something like this and something like this, which are totally different. This is the three different recipes.
Wow.
This is also something can be achieved from different recipes in the modern that more related to the background.
Are you teaching any in-person classes coming up?
Yes, but it's all depend what will be the regulation in Europe. So because I supposed to go to the Netherlands, to France, and to Italy. In the end, starting the end of August towards September, but we don't know yet if it's I got all the vaccines, so in Europe they still asking to be in quarantine even if you are vaccinated. So if they not cancel this, so I will not go. But if they will, I will. I really miss the classes.
What about in the United States? Any possibilities there?
Suzanne and me, I think it's time to start working on this again.
Yeah, I think so.
So we will try to do something. It involves all kind of bureaucracy, difficult bureaucracy, but we will try.
And can you tell me again the name of the felter in Italy? I didn't get that.
She is not Italian. The workshop was in Italy. She is Dutch.
Ah, okay.
And her name is Claudie Youngstra. Okay. Ah, Dory, I see you. Yeah.
Is it possible to see some more of these slides, please, Irit? They look wonderful.
Yeah,
oh, you're playing. Thank you.
Irit, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
And I'm not asking you to divulge proprietary information here, but I'm just curious. On some of the slides that you're showing, it looks like you might be using different dips with certain leaves. So, you know, maybe some leaves are being dipped in ferrous and other leaves are being dipped in potassium aluminum. No, that is not the case?
No, it's all in the mordant.
It's all in the mordant. Okay.
Yes, I have 3 different recipes, and that's it. And
Okay.
I'm not dipping leaves, and I'm doing it only on wool when I work with wool. Unless Idan will show up because he just went somewhere and he have to come back. So I will upload this video to my Instagram so you can see it. I'm sorry because he worked on it all day to prepare it, and I don't know what is happening.
Oh, that's okay. This is Zoom in itself is an experience. You just, what's going to happen with it.
Yeah, sure.
I actually started one of these in one class that was a live class, and my internet went out 2 minutes after I started. So you never know what's going to happen once you sign up.
Yeah, and I don't have a lot of experience with this, to be honest. I'm very much depend on Idan and my son with technology. I'm not good with the technology.
Yeah, sometimes ask the kids. They know more than I do.
Of course.
The children know more than I do. Did you have do homeschooling for your kids?
Sorry?
Were you doing homeschool for your children?
Homeschool?
Yeah. Were you
My son is in the army.
Okay.
Almost finished. In August, he is done. And my daughter was now they go back to school.
That's good.
But she was in Zoom all this year.
So does anybody else have any questions for Irit? And this has been a wonderful meeting with her and showing us some of her videos. I can't see your hand raised, so if you do have a question, just kind of turn your mic on and ask it.
Yeah, Masroor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice to see you. To see.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Ibu Irit. I'm very glad to see you.
Me too.
Oh my God, you are just inspiring woman for us. I'm very happy to be your student, and I want to try to enter to your next class.
Me too.
And I hope you come to my country, of course.
I hope so too. One day when it will be possible.
Yes. I have something to ask about how you can get the inspiration for your botanical prints. I mean, like me, you is my inspiration. And how about you? Who is your inspiration in your botanical print?
Suzanne asked me this, and I said that, a lot is in the shapes of plants, in the plants themselves. This is where I get the inspiration. Something, sometimes I'm going to a class. Every time something new happened in the classes. And somebody bring some plants, he doesn't know what they will give, and he start to walk, and I see all kind of potential. Like when I taught with Suzanne, I discovered the Virginia creeper and also the Antigonon. Like both I have here in Israel, and I never tried them, but when I was in Florida, somebody brought them to the class, and I saw the potential. So I came back, I start to play with them, and then immediately they become the season plants in EcoPrint. Yeah?
Yes, you are right.
You remember, Suzanne?
Yes.
And also like this, the red Antigonon, you know,
Yes.
sometimes mistakes happened and you just, you need to be sensitive enough to see them, you know, to see the mistake, to see something that you didn't expect. And for the red Antigonon, for example, I will share this with the ear. You see all this red here? There is a plant, it's called Antigonon, and usually it's give this print, kind of yellow, but when it's become dry, it's become red.
Yes, you are right.
So it's happened by mistake, and then I just find it. So you need to be to see this little thing that happened and
Be open.
yeah. So I'm sorry, Dan is just come, enter, so he can put the video. Okay.
I surely hope so.
And I see a couple people's hand raised, and I'll get to them in just a second after at least.
Thank you so much, Ibu Irit, for your explanation.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I will continue answering questions, but let's.
Ah.
Do you see it now?
No, it's not.
No?
It's not playing.
It's not playing, but we do see your read.
Well, just one moment, sorry.
I think that it's in a window that's underneath the window that you see. And maybe to not unshare the screen,
Yeah,
open it to the right
unshare
place.
it. I did unshare it.
Can you choose which tab you're sharing? Because I think that's what's important here, is to not share this tab, which is where the file is held, but share the file, the tab where it's playing, like the lady said. That's looking hopeful.
We can
That's
see
looking hopeful.
You can see something here?
Yes, we see it.
Yes.
We see it.
Great. Okay. So just.
Great.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. That's really
Just
beautiful.
a
And
little bit. It's really.
I saw a lot of grevillea there.
Yes.
my neighbor just cut a tree down, so I now have bags of it in my freezer at the studio, because when they cut the tree down, I went out to the road and just started all off. I see Lisa's had her hand raised. Lisa, can you hear us?
Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes,
All right. Well, hi, Suzanne and Irit. It's good to see you. I just got the range of colors you are showing are so spectacular. When there's a color in the background, is that all from like a mordant blanket rather than a dye blanket, or are you doing a mix of some dye blankets and some like tannin or iron blankets?
No, I'm doing tanning blankets.
Okay. All right. So all the different grays and browns are just from either tannin or
yeah, greens and yes.
Great. All right. Thank you. It's spectacular. It's great to see so much more of your work. Thanks.
The other one is it Arae? A-R-A-E?
Oh, Masur?
Yes. Yes.
Is that A-R-A-E?
Actually, my name is Masrur.
Okay.
This is my business name.
Okay, somebody has their hand up. And
Okay,
your name is spelled A-R-A-E.
Yes, this is me. Maybe this is the remind my raise and hub, because I'm finishing the asking.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have to put your hand down under reactions.
Wyatt, maybe I have to put it
That's
down.
okay.
Okay, thank you for reminding me.
Oh, okay. Does anybody else have any questions?
Yes. Irit, this is Sophia. It's good to see you. I really like the idea of not using the iron sulfate for dipping the leaves, and that your leaf print is so clear just with mordants. I'm looking forward to your video for that. Thank you very much.
I also use iron sulfate.
Okay.
In the mordant.
Oh, okay.
But not dipping the leaves.
Good. Thank you.
This process has evolved so much. I mean, I remember when we just dipped our leaves in the iron and laid them down, and it was pretty much, it's just all evolved so much. And I think it just keeps growing and growing. You know, do you have anything you want to do in the future that you haven't done yet?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
No. You know, things are coming. I'm like open and things are coming. And when I feel something, I go after it. And like this modern concentration method that I'm doing, it's also, it starts with, I saw something like very not significant, and it's evolved to what it is today. I don't know if my students know what I'm talking about with the modern, but so sometimes, you know, you can't plan. You have to, especially in this, you have to see what comes to you. And to have like sharp senses to know.
When do you sometimes just keep trying things, and then if you get discouraged, just keep working on it until you get it right?
Yeah.
Or do you know, is there a point when you just realize something's not going to work? Or do you just keep working on it until it does work?
You mean about a piece or?
A piece of sample.
No, it's need to work in the first time.
And then I have a question myself because I was really loving those flumes that you were using in some of your work with the fuzzy black that come out dark. Are those just the flumes that you see in the side of the road in grasses? The plumes with the little.
Ah, yeah, it's they are not black, they are kind of bluish. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in grasses that you see everywhere? Or
in Israel, yes. In Israel, they are very common. זיפנוצה. אפשר לעשות פה שם? של הצמח? לא, בגוגל. איך?
Yeah, because we have a lot of those in Florida too. You know, they're everywhere. They just grow on the side of the road. And I always think I want to stop and pick some and use them in my work. And
yeah, you have two kinds. You have the red one and you have the green one.
Right, right.
I will show what plants we are talking about. So
do you use dried leaves as well as fresh?
I don't need to because we have plants all around the year.
Yeah.
So there is no point to use dry. And when you use dry, I think a lot of the substance, like tannin, I think it's still in the leaves even if they dry, but other substances like acids are not there anymore.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you mean this one, Suzanne?
Yeah, they're just the ornamental grasses, and then they have the plumes that come up off of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's them. And then they sometimes are pink.
Yes, so you have different, you have this one,
yes,
which is more
sorghum,
and the green one.
Right. And those are
like
growing everywhere.
Pampas grass. Is that like a pampas grass?
Yes, pampas grass.
It's called Penistenum. Penisetum. I know the word in Hebrew. We have a different name for plants, but the botanical name is Penisatum.
Yeah, I see it up on the thing. Just looking at where you got the picture from and seeing all the plants, is that kind of how your library is going to be presented with all pictures like that?
My library?
Yeah, do you have it all in pictures like that form like you just showed us and they'll be in your video?
You will see the print samples and the plant nearby, not a picture of the plant.
Okay, that's good. That to me is very helpful because, you know, it helps to see a plant and then be able to identify it. So does anybody else have any questions? Oh, I see Wendy Cotter and Ronnie. So Wendy, do you have a question?
Yes, good morning, Irit. I was wondering if you ever come to Canada to do classes, or have you ever considered that?
I taught a few times in Canada, but in 2020, I supposed to, you see Sarah here in the corner, she was supposed to host me in Toronto.
Oh.
But because of the COVID, we cancel it. So we hope that as soon as it will be possible, we will make the plans again.
Oh, Toronto would be perfect for us.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you two need to be in contact.
Yes. So you said her name is Sarah. I'm going to switch over to gallery view so I can see who she is. Thank you.
Ronnie?
You're muted. You're unmute.
Now, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm actually Sarah. It's written Ronnie, but it is Sarah. So Wendy, make note. We can talk. And yes, I was lucky enough to travel to Israel and take Irit's workshop last March, just before the world closed, and the eve of the third bchirot, elections in Israel. But anyhow, I had an incredible year using Irit's methods and all I learned from her incredible workshop. And the one thing I actually, aside from the technical things that I've learned from her, and I remember her saying, is experiment, and make mistakes. You will learn from them. And sometimes your mistakes will become what you hang on to, you know, and I know that she knows that from her experience. So those are the two things I've actually done this year. And because, yes, and of course, we will host you, Irit. There's no question, except that now we are in our almost fourth lockdown, which is incredible. I haven't been anywhere except here, which is nice enough. But so that's what I wanted to say, is that I've learned those two things and hold on to them. And I've had incredible results and still need to experiment more. So Wendy, you and I should talk. I don't know how we're going to do that, but look me up, Sarah Fradkin. I don't know what else to say. Irit.
Is it SARAH or SARA?
No H, and my last name is FRA, F as in Fradkin, RADKIN.
DKIN. Okay, thank you. I'll find
and
it.
I will look you up and we'll have it, because I have the premises to have Irit over. We just don't have the right conditions now with COVID.
Yes, 100. Yeah, absolutely. I'm in Kitchener.
Oh, good. Okay. That's, well, close
Not
enough.
too far.
Not too far. And I wanted to say to Irit, תודה על כל מה שלימדת אותי. ממש. Okay. Thanks.
Is there any more questions? If not, if you like, I can. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I can show you another video.
Sure. Yes.
You want?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
It's the promo of my previous class. It's a little bit longer than this, what you just saw, but we can. I can show it also, and then we say goodbye. The world of botanical print never ceases to amaze and surprise me on my journey teaching students all over the world. Following the challenging period we live in, I opened another way of sharing my knowledge and experience with anyone who wants to enter and evolve in botanical printing textile. I created a very clear and accessible video course where I present my latest artistic technique monochromatic botanical printing. A
Lieve
naturalistic
Tony en Pim, van harte gefeliciteerd met jullie trouwdag. 50 jaar samen, wat een tijd. Ik wens jullie nog veel fijne tijd. Veel fijne tijd. Ik wens jullie nog veel fijne tijd in de toekomst. Nog veel fijne. Maar ik veel met jullie trouwen. 50 jaar, wat een tijd. Ik wens jullie nog veel tijd samen en hoop dat we weer snel een afspraak kunnen maken met de andere OT-dames voor een lunch bij mij.
25 professional and meticulous videos with detailed demonstrations of the creative processes, so you will be able to achieve and enjoy beautiful results at a high artistic level. I invite you to join the workshop and be part of a working group with participants from all over the world.
Wow, well, that was wonderful.
We will have another one for the next class, like in this very soon.
So I've got just 3 more questions and then we'll sign off. I see.
Okay, I can stay, no problem.
Eleanor and Wendy and Linda. So Eleanor, do you want to start?
Yes, thank you so much. I just heard you mention of putting your plants in a freezer. And I live in the north where we don't have anything in the winter and there's nothing I can do. So how do they come out? How do they come out after you bring them out of the freezer? Thanks.
I don't have a lot of experience, not with dry leaves and not with plants that I store in the freezer, because I live in an evergreen country. But from what I know, I think the freezer is much better than the drying the leaves. But really, it's a little bit. I'm not totally experienced with this. We have a very difficult summer, but still there is plants to work with, and we don't have a very extreme winter. So I understand, but I have to be honest, I don't have a lot of experience with not to have fresh leaves.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Linda?
I think my question's been answered. Thank you.
Okay, Debbie.
Hi, I was wondering about not just leaves, but where I am, I have lots of orchid and plumeria blossoms and bleeding hearts, and not just leaves, but and pines and palms and such. But how would the flowers do, the flower petals?
It depends on the flowers. Some flowers print beautiful and they give very nice colors. Some flowers print only the inside. You just need to try. And if you use blankets, so you can get shape from everything, even if they don't print anything. So it's all about trying and make samples, and then you know.
Thank you.
Sample, sample, sample. Wendy,
Yeah.
do you have another question?
Sorry, I didn't lower my hand. I forgot I had to.
Okay. So I think if nobody else has any questions, we'll let Irit go and everybody can get on with their Sunday. I really appreciate you taking time, Irit, to sit with us. I know everybody's been really glad to see you. And hopefully we'll see you again very soon.
Can I just ask very quickly from Irit, please? Is your class like a limited access, or do you offer lifetime access? And are they videos, or is it live workshop? Sorry.
It's unlimited. It's a video.
Thank you.
There is no limited, and it's a self-paced, and you have a lifetime access. And we have a group of if you want, you can get in whenever.
Thank you. It's been wonderful. Thank you very much.
It's a production. It's very well done. It is just an exquisite video. It's very clear to see. They did a wonderful job putting it together. I just wish I had someone who could put something together like that for me here.
You can take it down. You can. I will put it on the plan, and you can do for you.
Right. But anyway, I really appreciate this, Irit, and I hope I can see you again real soon. And I just wish you good luck, and everybody else have happy printing. I will be making a little video of this for somebody who wants to see it again. And I'll post it on my website, on my Facebook page so that you can see it. With that, have a great day, and it was great seeing everybody.
Yeah, thank you. I really miss you. I want to see you again soon.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.